Live, coming at you guys with Super Bowl, if my math is correct, 57. It's going to be me, Nug, your host, joined alongside with 49ers, Carlos. How you doing, dude?
I'm doing great. Excited to see this game.
Yeah, it's going to be hopefully a shocker for me. Got Lil as the Steelers and Fu as the Bucks. Fu as the Bucks isn't necessarily a surprise for a lot of people, but Lil making it this far definitely has fucked up quite a few brackets.
Yeah, I mean, I think the guys that they thought he would lose to kind of got knocked out early. So he did have, I wouldn't say like a cakewalk, but he had to go through TCG, who wasn't as good in the regular season, but he had the strong playoff push.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I mean, I don't know. I think it should be a strong matchup. They both have top three defenses, and then who obviously has a great offense, and then Lil had the number one rushing attack in the league this year, so we'll see
Did he
how
really?
they
Oh, shit.
clash. Yeah, 28th in the pass though, so I'm expecting a lot of running in this game and a lot of defense. So it might not be an exciting shootout, which I know that's what majority of people like to watch. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, no, definitely. Did see this previous game where Lil went against, what, it was TCG, right? In the conference championship?
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw a lot of running and a lot of conservative passing. And honestly, I didn't know that was his game plan the entire really postseason. It was surprising to see. I can't say that I think that's gonna work against this really high powered defense, seeing as there's stars everywhere. But I feel like for Pittsburgh to win, Kenny Pickett's definitely got the ball out.
I mean, and even with the game versus TCG, it was a high scoring game, which you don't really see from Will too much, but you can pretty much attribute that to the defense. There was so much defensive scoring. So, like I said, I mean, unless the defense is putting up numbers in this game, I expect maybe a 21-17 game here. I don't see it going too much higher than that, to be honest.
21-17 is a great take. Who is on the bigger half? Who's at 21?
I favor Fu in this game personally, just because of the roster is insane. And obviously, Fu is no slouch. Fu's probably a top 3 user in this league, so.
No, absolutely. Yeah, Fu definitely is no slouch. He's really too prone to make mistakes. And I definitely do agree that I think Fu is winning. I've had off and on close relations with this Pittsburgh Steelers user, and I can't say that I've been rooting for him the entire playoffs. I actually thought he was going to lose maybe 3 out of the 3 games he's played so far. But he's made it this far, and I'm still picking him to lose. Even though it's my guy, they're both my guys, but it's just scouting report wise, their offenses, how they compare, they don't compare. The Buccaneers offense is just way more high powered. As we have a Brady curl route too, I believe, is that Godwin? Yeah, Chris Godwin.
Godwin, yeah, who loves his curl routes?
Yeah,
off man coverage,
which makes sense. But as far like the Bucs offense compares well against the Steelers defense, it's just vice versa. The Pittsburgh's defense or offense is way outclassed when it comes to going against Tampa Bay's defense. As Leonard Fournette's going to break a tackle and get ahead for 5.
Yeah, like I said, so I'm pretty sure Fu was number 2 in rushing offense as well. So it's the top 2 rushing offenses and the top 2 rushing defenses. So
that's interesting.
We'll see how those.
That's
We'll see how those clash. The big difference though is obviously Ethan was 28th passing yards and Fu was 5th. So we'll see if that has a big difference in this game. Obviously, Fu has the weapons: Julio Jones, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin.
As the Steelers play the under, Brady throws up a lob to Mike Evans for about 37 yards.
Yep. See, that's what he'll do to you. If you play off, he'll turn that into a curl route, and you press up on him. His guys are going to beat the press every time.
Yeah. Playing under against a guy like this, especially at midfield, is very dangerous. I don't think that's something you should be doing against anyone at midfield, maybe the goal line. But against a guy like this, it's not too smart, as Leonard Fournette gets ahead for 1 yard. But if I had to throw a prediction as far as score goes for this game, I don't know how efficient either of these two teams are in the red zone, but I feel like they're going to be in the red zone quite often. So I'd throw it up to a 28-24 Buccaneers win.
Yeah, so Leonard Fournette in the last 2 games has had over 30 carries.
As he's just fumbled in the backfield, the right tackle picks it up, thankfully. Oh my God.
That's not what you want to see early. It's kind of your bell cow, so him having some fumbling issues, not going to be good.
Not good at all, as we're facing a 3rd and 13 in, like I said, the red zone. Well, they were in the red zone. You're going to see a trade look from the Buccaneers quite often, quite favored in this league. You see the safety play a little shallow from the Steelers as Tom Brady drops back. Has a slant to Chris Godwin, who gets about 8-9 yards.
He had everybody pressed up there, but then they all kind of dropped back and covered. I think he was looking for Mike Evans, but it wasn't there, so he just took the underneath route. Got a quick, was that 9 yards? Take us 3.
They were able to shave off 4 minutes on the clock already, which I think is pretty good time management. I think that going against the Pittsburgh Steelers, if you're able to manage the clock and really bleed it when you do have the ball, you're able to throw him in a frenzy. You know, he'll try and get everything back at once, which may lead to a mistake on his part or his shitty quarterback's part, as the ball's going to bounce in the end zone. And we're going to see what the Steelers have to show for us on offense.
So with the low-scoring game, 3 is not like you can take your 3 here and be fine, to be honest. Because like I said, that might be the difference maker in the end, to be honest.
With Vita Vea,
I think we both predicted about 3-score game or 3-point game. So
yeah, especially when you could have had nothing when Leonard Fournette fumbled the ball in the backfield. I think, honestly, if that ever comes down to a 4th down anywhere or after their opponent's 40-yard line, I think Tampa Bay should always take 3. This defense, on paper, should always stack up well and perform well against this offense. And trusting them, I think, is the best thing you can do. As we're going to see a loaded box from the Buccaneers. And the Pittsburgh Steelers on a gun split close look. Hikes the ball inside zone, which obviously goes nowhere. Or fullback inside zone.
Yeah, that's a weird play. I didn't believe that was a full. I think that was their backup running back, Jeremy McNichols, who actually fumbled last week against TCG, which was one of the fumble 6s that brought him back into the game.
Wow.
Interesting to see that he still has the faith of his team.
In the first quarter, starting off strong first drive. As Kenny Pickett drops it back, he throws the option route in the middle of the field. It's about 3 yards, and it's looking like the kicker or the punter is going to come out.
Yeah, that's one of the few times where I think the player stopping mid-drag actually helped him, because he had a guy in the flat route just ready to play on that.
Oh yeah, no. This Steelers user definitely is a little more predictable when it comes to passing as far as what they're looking for, and this Bucs user is very adaptive.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised we didn't see like some type of fake or even just straight up going for it there, because Ethan's known to be pretty aggressive.
Yeah, pretty aggressive and whimsical. Yeah, had a good game with him this year, but that doesn't matter as we're here, and the Bucs are coming out in a heavy set. See a pretty loaded box, motion over to the left. The defense comes down, running a trap, and gets about 8-9 yards.
The trap is one of his favorite runs. It really opens up space from up the middle. So I did forget to mention, I guess Ethan and Fu did play earlier this season already. That came at a 37-14 loss for the Steelers.
Wow.
So maybe we're being a bit generous. I don't know. It is a Super Bowl, so Ethan's hot. He could play a better game here.
Leonard Fournette Swerving, getting jiggy with it for about, what, 15, 18? Yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember them playing, and I do remember it not being pretty. But I do think that the Steelers is they're a little bit more in form. They haven't shown it just yet, but the game's just started. We got plenty of time.
It was way back in week 6, so it's a completely different team.
Absolutely. Guys, this run offense is moving. It's a 15-plus yard game. I mean, how do you stop it? They're loading the box pretty efficiently. I mean,
I was not able to either. So, Ethan kind of rubs his 3-4. He claims it's really good against the run. So we'll see how much. I mean, like I said, he had the #1 rush defense. So we'll see.
I mean, if anyone, it's him, right? If anyone, it's him. But Leonard Fournette doesn't give a care. He's taking off for 11 yards.
Yeah, see, and I mean, he is touching. They're touching Fournette in the backfield. It just doesn't matter if he just breaks tackles and just continues for another 10 yards downfield.
This brings the question: was Leonard Fournette voted the best running back in the NFC?
He was, yes.
And he's absolutely showing it right now. I did not remember him being a superstar before, but he's definitely a superstar now.
I think he just got upgraded in the
Super Bowl week.
I mean, it's deserving, obviously.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm not sure what abilities he gave him, but I mean, the dude's been going off, so sure what he can get either.
I personally wasn't able to change the abilities of the players that I've got, that upgraded, but there might be some LO trickery going on, in behind the scenes. So he might have done some voodoo. Maybe mess with some trades, getting some more broken tackles in there. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't know about that. You wouldn't know about that either, right?
I would not know about that type of stuff.
As the Bucs line up on the 6-yard line, handing off to Fournette once again, who gets shut down. That is the most reactive this defense has been so far.
Yeah, so he brought both linebackers inside. Normally the double A gap look doesn't really work versus the run, but he actually backed the linebackers up, which kind of gave them a little
time. Exactly. Yeah. When you keep them in the A gap, they usually get picked up by the offensive linemen, and their block shed capabilities aren't really good enough to get off those blocks. But when you back them up like that, like how the Steelers did right there, it's phenomenal. As we're getting snapped out of the gun, tight formation, and we had 2 men wide open on the hitches, and still got over the top. As it's quickly 10-0 Buccaneers, and already there's only 39 seconds left in the first quarter.
I'm not sure what Ethan was trying to cover there, because like you mentioned, the 2 guys were open underneath. He wasn't covering them, and then he still wasn't watching for the deep dig. He was kind of just standing in space. So,
I think the lights are a little too blinding. I don't know what stadium this is. I don't know where this is at, but it's definitely not Tampa.
In Arizona.
It's in Arizona. What a shitty state. But right now, the Steelers are boasting an 8-yard totals gain, or 8 yards total gain. But they've only had 1 drive. But this box is fucking scary, bro. I would not run this. Vita Vea and 2 other guys who are probably over 300 pounds are looking right at you. Not to mention Levante David over the top watching. As we're going to see a bench look. He has the flight, throws it at the safety. The game's over. It's over. It's over.
Yeah. I mean, just look at the crowd. It's like all red.
It is all red.
Rocking in here. It's loud as hell. Shaking. You got a rookie Kenny Pickett just throwing it up to safeties. Yeah, I have a feeling this gets ugly pretty quickly.
I should have started the crock pot, man, because this is going to be a long snoozer, dude. And we see Tom Brady throws the right shoulder to Mike Evans, and it's a touchdown.
Yeah, that's...
Is he just showing off at this point? Is he just smiling and giggling right now?
He's just styling on this dude.
Oh my! There was no need to call that play.
Yeah, it seems like all these hours he's definitely watching film or something because he just came out firing.
Oh my God. And yeah, now that you mention it, there's a whole lot of red, and there's maybe one white jersey.
Yeah.
And within every 5 red. Oh my God.
It's
As if
really
Tampa
good,
rent wasn't high enough, it's about to surge after Tom Brady brings home yet another ring. Kenny Pickett's gonna motion out Cameron Brate.
We know what's coming here.
Read option. Najee Harris cuts it upfield. Gets a nice little 15, 17-yard gain.
Anytime he motions that tight end out with that look, it's always a read option.
So I guess he hasn't been the only one watching film, huh? It's been you as well.
I've seen him do this quite a few times. I mean, we'll see if he does it in some other look and some other plays within that look to kind of throw it off. But every time I've seen him do that motion, it's always been the read option.
Motions I feel like are very underutilized, but they are very disorienting for the defense. For some reason, defenders like to run 20 yards across the field to match with the receiver, even though they have zone to cover.
Yeah.
But
I wish motion was a little more the defensive end, not so dumb, because I feel like we should be able to use motion a little more the way the NFL does, but it's just it messes up shit so much.
as I believe that's Deontay Johnson, correct?
Yes, that is Deontay Johnson.
Yeah, with the crosser over the middle, off the play action. Great catch, nice grab, nice throw. Kenny Pickett seeming to bounce back.
Yeah, he likes that the play action versus the single high look. You kind of get the linebackers to bite down a little bit. The flat's kind of focused on the big route. You just kind of have the guy open right over the middle.
Absolutely. As he motions out George Pickens, and Najee Harris breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. He only gets 2 yards, apparently.
He did a whole lot for not.
For not really much.
And we are seeing him using the motion a lot. See the run game. I guess to kind of spread the defense out a little bit more, give Najee some room to run. But
with how big his receivers are, minus obviously Deontay Johnson, I feel like running the ball in these gun formations are really going to set him up for success. As he's an edge blurring off the edge, and what the fuck? Kenny Pickett makes the throw to George Pickens.
Yeah, that was like a Mahomes type of pass. Even though it was said inaccurate, I mean, it was kind of on the dot. That was like the wildest sidearm swing I've ever seen.
Kenny Pickett, wow. I mean, Pittsburgh GM, if you don't need him, send him over. I could use him. Young Patty, I guess. He's going to come out in another gun bunch.
I think he utilizes the bunch a lot here just because the Bucs are going to run a lot of press man looks, and the bunch gives you that free release usually. So.
Yeah. He's going to have him in over the middle. Johnson gets absolutely clapped when he hangs on. From 2 yards on Antoine Winfield is not giving him the deuces. He's just giving him fucking pain, suffering as they huddle up. Back to the gun bunch. Pickett's ID in the mic. Run it right at. Breaks the tackle. Najee Harris gets in the end zone.
No shot. Wow.
That's one hell of a way to turn a 2-yard loss into a fucking touchdown. Najee Harris. Anyone, it would be him. And as he almost blocks the kick, and they get a rough in the kicker ball.
I was like, he took forever to kick the ball too.
It took forever to kick the ball. I think he was a little confused that they scored against his defense. Still.
I mean, so on that Deontay Johnson catch, I mean, the one thing he's known for is drops. But the majority of the time, it's the concentration drops. I'm surprised he was able to hold on to that one with a big hit. And then obviously Najee finishes it off. Got stopped 2 yards behind the line and just spun right out of it. There's a gap right down the middle for him to go through.
And we're watching two very, very talented running backs, probably the top of their leagues. As Tom Brady's going to be in the gun, but he's going to still hand it off to Leonard Fournette, who actually does not pull in Najee Harris and takes the 1 yard loss. Devin Bush at the tackle.
Yeah, I think you could see if we take a big chunk of this clock off here. I think it's probably his game plan to win the ball. Kill this to about maybe 1 to 2 minutes and take whatever points you can get and then try to get this stop right before half because I believe they get the ball at half.
Yeah, he will get the ball at half. Yep.
So he doesn't want, he really doesn't want the Steelers to kind of get double dipped here. That can make this a game really quickly.
It's a great, almost open field tackle from Tremaine Edmonds. Yeah, no, you give the ball up here, you give the Steelers a lot of hope. I mean, there's a lot of hope to be had. There's still a whole game ahead of you. But they score before half and get the ball at half, it becomes very dangerous. I was going to see Tom Brady in a gun bunch look of his own. What appears to be a double man buzz. He has the man over the middle. He gets sacked by who else better than T.J. Watt coming off the edge. And
His right tackle got destroyed there. Tristan Wirfs, one of the best right tackles in the league. Scott Wirfs. Yeah, like I mentioned, here you go. He gives the ball right back. So, I mean, I'm not complaining. I'd rather watch an entertaining game than a blowout.
Yeah, let's just pray it doesn't run bench again, because that's not going to be that's not going to be any good. Might be a pick six next time. Yeah, Lil just has to, calm his feathers, take his time, really breathe, look in the mirror, and then remind himself that he made it this far for a reason. He's one of the best. And then one of the best, what they'll do right here is get 7. Fuck it, get 8. As we're going to see a stretch to Najee Harris go literally nowhere. It's just about a half a yard.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised it took him so long to flip the play there. He kind of had like a whole extra guy on the right side. Finally, he switched to it. It didn't seem to matter. He got a yard.
Mm-hmm. If you get a yard 4 times, it's only 4 yards. You got to do better than that. As we're going to see Pickens motion out to the right. These motions definitely give the feeling that Pickett is going to throw a fuck it ball up, but it doesn't matter because Shaquille Barrett sheds the right tackle immediately. He's one of the fastest edges in the league. Once he gets off the block, there's no stopping.
I mean, you'd want to see these quarterbacks have a little bit more player. These guys are coming off the right side. You see them coming, I mean, obviously, like you mentioned, he is very fast, so, not too much you can do to evade him, but, I mean, when they're coming off the right side, you have better views.
That was the best option. A contested catch to Pickens, one of the more sure-handed receivers in this league. Unfortunately,
Devonta David in the middle, though, that he's gonna knock that out.
Yep.
Good 7 out of 10 times.
Give George a couple more years. He might be the next Megatron, just in Pittsburgh instead of Detroit. Another dangerous city, but.
So the Steelers actually traded away Chase Claypool halfway through the year to give Pickens some more looks. And, I mean, it's paid out. They now have I believe the Colts situation. I think they got a 2nd-round pick. Obviously, he's like a top 5 guy, so they basically have the first. They got to the Super Bowl without him, so they're looking good.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to miss him when your running back is really carrying your team. As we're going to see in lineman go down for the Steelers.
I believe that was Larry Ogunjobi.
Larry Ogunjobi is the guy.
It looks like they brought in Tyson Laffy, I want to say his name is, to replace him. And that nose tackle.
As Brady hands the ball off to Leonard Fournette, he finds a gap, and he almost sheds a tackle. As Mr. Larry Ogunjobi, whatever his name is.
It looks like he's going to be sitting out for a little bit longer. I mean, when you're already unable to stop the run, you've seen your guy go out. It's the best thing, but it seems like they're going to let him rest a little bit. I mean, at this point, you're in the Super Bowl. There's no rest.
None after this. You get a lot of rest, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I said that backwards. But
you might as well play like Odell, bro.
Guys. Yep.
Just play until your AC goes out. Exactly. I understand. Shout out to Odell, though, man. Can't wait to see him back. As Brady steps back out of the I formation, finds a guy. It's a crazy throw in. It's funny enough. It's funny enough because I just saw some clown say that on tip drills you can switch, obviously, and you can pick the ball. And they said that Lil was one of the guys that did it to perfection.
Yeah, that's when he's a little bit late.
Yeah. He was just sitting there in awe. As we're going to see Brady in a gun spread look. Fournette blocking the back, picks up TJ Watt. Oh my God, what a dot. Miles Jack.
Oh, yep.
He wasn't even looking.
Shoulder pass.
Oh my God.
Turned around to follow the route and Brady just fit it in the back door.
Fit it in the back door. Pause on that. But he's not lying. Tom Brady is a guy for these back shoulder passes that catch defenders completely off guard. We saw it earlier in the game with Mike Evans on a touchdown, and just saw it right there as Shaheem, number 49, is gonna. I don't know why this guy's so confused there. Is there not a cutback rule as far as stretches and things are concerned, or inside zones and things of that nature? I thought there used to be.
Not really. No, I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I mean, yeah, that was a nice cutback. You kind of had the D tackle just staring at that point.
Yeah, Fournette has some pretty good cuts for how large he is. Yeah, it's pretty large. And
you can't arm tackle him. They keep trying, but you can't do it. He just keeps breaking off.
Keeps breaking off, shutting him off. I don't know what to say is we're going to hit the 2-minute warning, and Pittsburgh needs to stop here. They need to turn over.
I would the Bucs, I'd probably get these 2 timeouts used, and then person handle your business. But I mean, the Steelers, I wouldn't get too scared. I wouldn't really sell out for the run just yet. I mean, eventually you are gonna have to start stopping Fournette, or else he's gonna keep doing it over and over.
Fournette is gonna find any gap in the stadium. He's gonna break 2 tackles every play.
Yeah, I'm actually my channel now. Maybe you should start selling out for that, because whatever you're doing at this point is not working.
I'm about to tell your boys to just go for the legs or something, because they keep going up high and it's not treating them well.
Yeah.
Number 2, run defense.
Number one rush defense.
Number 1.
It's not showing. Yeah, it's not showing so far.
Yeah, well, Leonard Fournette's obviously the best running back the NFL's ever seen. Holy shit. But not to throw away the attention from the offensive line. The offensive line is providing very good holes. I feel like even Miles Sanders could hit.
That's a great offensive line in Tampa. Obviously, they lost a few pieces in the offseason, but I mean,
as Leonard Fournette with a counter, he's going to get rocked.
Oh.
But it's on the 1-yard line. We're going to see a timeout from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah. See, here I'd probably expect a QB sneak. You know, Tom Brady's famous for his QB sneaks. If not, I mean, obviously you have Leonard Fournette too, so I mean, you have plenty of options.
And you have Mike Evans.
And Mike Evans on the one, you could throw fade ball up to him. He's got it. I mean, the Bucs, they have unlimited options. You have no idea what you're coming to stop.
Yeah.
Don't even come on the goal line look. So I would probably. I mean, I wouldn't count out a run here, but I think
they're selling out. They're selling out for the run, this defense, and selling out. They do stop them.
Ooh. Yeah,
I thought Fournette was going to dive over the top and.
The entire offensive line kind of like shifted to the left as if it was more of an outside zone run, and it was an inside zone call. It seemed like some miscommunication there. If he bounces it outside, they get something, but yeah, it was not.
Yeah, they opened up a hole for Fournette and the defense. That is for sure. As we're going to see a goal line look, and This appears to be a full yard. I do not believe that Tom Brady can't get this on a sneak. And maybe he won't sneak it. He's going to sneak it.
Oh, he is going to get it. Wow.
Oh, he does not get it.
You're right. There's a little too much distance there.
And due to the commissioner, I almost said Adam Silver. That's definitely the NBA. I don't know the commissioner's name.
Roger Goodell.
Yeah, I never heard the guy's name in my life. That is insane. He cannot run QB sneak again due to some changes. So we're going to see them in a gun tray Y flex formation. This is an inside zone. With the tight end on the line, I believe this is 100% an inside zone.
I probably agree. I mean, beyond like the 2-inch yard line.
Say you run it, you don't get it. Guess what? They're on the 1 yard line. That could be a safety. This is a smart call. As it's an inside zone, and Leonard Fournette never fails.
It seems to be an RPO, so they had the option for the bubble. And we didn't need it. We just give Fournette and let him do his thing.
Let him do his thing. I mean, at that point, you should have just put Leonard Fournette at quarterback the previous play and let him in the QB sneak.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, you've seen a lot of those fullback and tight end QB sneaks. Obviously, we don't have that in Madden, but it's very interesting play back.
We've got some comments on Twitter. We've got some random clown by the name of Chief Beef saying, "Damn, Fu and the Buccaneers are getting revenge." Revenge for what? They've already smacked the Steelers once.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
As Pickett gun spread, he's gonna definitely look for a jump ball to Pickens. As he pump fakes and gets absolutely slammed.
Wow.
He's gonna run a hurry up. I think he's wanting to throw a pick six right here. Fakes the snap. He calls the play. He steps up in the pocket. He throws it. It's a good throw, and it's batted down by the defense.
But see, that's what I was talking about. So you have Bear obviously coming off your edge. You see him on your right side. You want to step up to the pocket and kind of escape that way. I mean, obviously it didn't matter, but I mean, when you're facing a guy like that, it's kind of a game plan with that going into. You can't just sit there and let him just come force at you with his speed and power.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's a lot to ask of a rookie quarterback of his caliber, but I feel like if the GM or if the coach gives him a few words of enlightenment in the locker room, that can definitely happen. But at the same time, I just don't think he's like quality enough to really get that done. I think he just hides his talent behind Najee Harris.
He does rely on Najee. I mean, he is a rookie, so you can't really blame him. And
yeah, no,
have
absolutely.
A guy like Najee who can bail you out, and then you use that. But yeah, I mean, at this point, you need Pickett to kind of step it up. You can't really baby him when we're down 3 scores.
What do you think was Pickett's reaction when they traded away Chase Claypool? I mean, his best weapon, if not one of his best weapons, as Pickens is going to get a 24-3-yard gain. Yeah, he comes in as a rookie, and one of his best weapons is traded away. What do you think he felt?
So at the time, I believe they had just were coming off about a 3-game lose streak. I'm pretty sure they probably, everyone in the organization was probably thinking, they were gonna, I'd say tank, but kind of take the year off. I don't think they expected to be here, and they kind of traded him. But I mean, he probably felt some type of way. Obviously, as a rookie, you kind of want as many weapons as you can get. But he made it happen without him. He used Najee to the best of his ability. Yeah. I believe Najee led the entire league in total yards because I believe he had a good 500 through the air as well.
Jeez.
As being second in the league on the run. And yeah, I mean he has constantly the slot. He used Pickens quite a bit too late in the season. And then
speaking of receiving for Najee Harris.
I mean, when you have David, it's kind of, that's probably one of the few guys that you can kind of put on Najee one-on-one and just shut him down in man coverage. Last week, we had, I think, Matt Milano trying to cover him, and it was just not working. It was coming open on those routes pretty much every play.
And Milano's definitely not that guy as far as man coverage goes, I'll tell you that.
He's one of the run-stopping type as coverage.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. As let's see a inside handoff to Naiji, who misses the hole, but he still gets 6 yards.
Yeah, so when the line gets pinched like that and the linebacker is obviously, you create a big hole, and you have guys pulling, and then you still miss it. It's not ideal.
Yeah, go ahead and drop your tips in here as one of the former better runners in here. Well, not better runners, just stretch spammer runners.
Yeah, I mean, that was cleaned up very well. It just, execution and everything.
Just make sure you keep your words off of passing, because we've seen that get very ugly from you. As we're going to see a crossing route to Pickens, high throw over Levante, who's going to break it up. And
so, I mean, as I mentioned, he kind of ran a very similar concept of that play action in the middle. This time the linebackers didn't bite on it. You can kind of see it coming, and it just didn't work like it did the first time.
No, you're right. I mean, throwing over Levante is no easy task, and that's for sure.
The pass is now activated.
As Levante's got his fucking game breaker on. So Dave, we're going to see quite a few changes at the line for both teams, and we're going to see the ball thrown right at him.
Yeah.
Right at Levante David. The center's down with dislocated knee. I mean, I think it was that last minute change from the Buccaneers that really messed Kenny Pickett up.
Yeah, David seemed to have this shot over there to cover the slot, and he didn't see it fast enough.
That's what's wrong with people making these pre-play reads, not adjusting. But he's a rookie, and we'll give him the leeway. He's just too young to be here, much like Joe Burrow. As we're going to see a pass out of a heavy set from Buccaneers, and he throws it right at Ben Wallace, I believe, and this could go for 6. If Leonard Fournette has anything to say about it, no, he does not. It's touchdown. Pitch. Oh, Levi Wallace. That's Ben Wallace. That's fucking a basketball player. Holy shit.
Did I do that? Levi Wallace actually went to the same middle school.
Yeah, you're going to say that's the day you die. We don't care. 14-24. 14-24. Pittsburgh. Bucks are up. Was that inaccurate? Was it missed time? Did you get an eye on that?
It seemed to be inaccurate. So I think it was a cover 2 look who tried to lead it outside and over the top, but it was just underthrown. Wallace was playing the flat. He was able to jump it. It wasn't a good look. I'm not sure why he tried to get it out so quickly. The pass rush was there. He had time. Like he should have waited a little bit. It was just bad from the jump.
God, I heard that.
It's somewhat of a game though, so.
Yeah, no. Definitely bailing out Pickett in his offense, but the Bucs are back on the field. They're ready to put up some points. As we're going to see,
like I said before the game, the defense is going to be the one that puts up the points here.
Yeah, no. One more turnover for 6, and I think the Steelers have maybe slightly higher than a 20% chance of winning the game. I'm being honest. It's just the offense has to produce, and it's like I said, it's easier said than done against his defense. We see a play action call, but TJ Watt's getting in the backfield, but he still throws an absolute laser to his tight end. I mean, that's just Tom Brady. That is just Tom Brady.
See, if that was Pickett, he probably would have been a little nervous there.
Yeah, probably would have threw it out of bounds. Probably hit a couple fans. But not the case. As if the Buccaneers do take home this win and take a ring home, are we saying Tom retired?
I think so. I mean,
as we see a fumble to Larry Obijobi, picks it up. As Los likes to say. But this is interesting. The Steelers offense picks it up at the 47.
So I don't know if this was kind of a stat that was interesting all year. Food didn't lose a single fumble in the regular season.
Wow.
Now here Fournette already fumbled twice. Obviously, only one was lost, but I mean, I would rather lose in the regular season than win the Super Bowl.
You'll see a flat thrown to Najee Harris for about 7 yards. I mean,
well, back to Tom Brady. I think he 100% calls it if he wins this, because obviously he was already ready to call it after the season, but for some reason he just couldn't go out on a loss. So I think going on that last win will probably be the
I mean, he needs to dedicate his time towards court and winning his kids, winning custody. But at this present moment, the only thing on his mind is his trophy going to Tampa, which I can respect. Pickett heights the ball. We got a 5-minute rush coming. He throws it back shoulder. A little contested. I'm glad to see there was no flag throw. That was pretty clean.
They're willing to fight it out. There's nothing too crazy there.
But yeah, no. If Tom Brady calls it quits, the Buccaneers are going to have a hard time finding another quarterback. And I'll be damned if whoever the commissioner, I forgot his name already, lets them get a quarterback. I was going to see a bad throw, but a good throw because it's completed to George Pickens for about 12 yards. Are those balls of steel, or is that just idiocracy taking over?
I'm not sure. I'm not too happy. I wouldn't say happy, but like it's kind of scaring me that it seems like he's just kind of going away from how he played to get here. It's kind of scaring me a little. I think he's trying to get a little too pass happy. He should definitely start running a little bit more.
Yep.
But
that's something you've actually had very a lot of experiences with, right?
I've been in that position. I get pass happy and shit goes south real quick.
Well, things are already south. The only way to go up is, north, obviously. But yeah, man, we're all hoping for you. We've got already 5 minutes in the third quarter. This game's going by fast.
Yeah.
Holy shit. These fans are not getting the money they paid for it. We're getting the game that they paid for. But if Stills gets 6, then this might get real close real quick, as we're going to see a few open guys. Does that Levante David? Oh, he catches it for 3 yards. He's going to run hurry up 30 inches. Can't run inside zone. Vita Vea and those 3 IDLs in the middle there. I say we see a vertical. I want to see verts. We're going to see inside zone. Najee Harris takes off. I mean, looking at it, Najee averages he does average more than 5 yards per carry.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's been that guy for this offense, kind of just giving them on his back. Like I said, if he could just, I think he could still run the ball on this defense. He's shown it so far. He wouldn't try to go away from it too much.
I completely agree, but I don't think Najee's going to get these 14 yards for the 6, as we're going to see a play action from Kenny Pickett. He has a man wide open over the middle. He's going to go for 6. Sean Murphy Bunting tries to lay a hit on George Pickens, but
that's what it opens. The run game opens that up. He just has to keep it consistent, because eventually they're just going to just start playing the play action. But if you just keep the run game going, then you have that available to you.
As this game is turned on its head, 21-14. It's getting a little exciting. And this is where the game slows down a little bit. I think we're bound to see a lot more passing, a lot more incompletions. Let's see how this goes. Minka is back from suspension, by the way. But he has not made his name heard really at all.
I believe he's out for this game as well.
Oh, well, never mind. Minka is still
out there?
I just see his name in key players, so.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I don't think he's been on the field. At least I don't have noticed. But this is his last game.
Wow.
This would be his
absolutely
last game.
fucking hoed for being the best. It didn't happen to Honey Badger, by the way, boys. As handoff to Leonard Fournette, as the defense just knocks him forward for 5 yards.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting 5 yards on that, then it's really. What do you do to stop it?
There's not much at all.
Like the Bucs want to run this clock down a little bit.
We'll see another high pass from Tom Brady to Chris Godwin. As
The high passer kind of scared me. I thought the ball was like
sailing over, yeah. No, for Tom Brady being Tom Brady, he's zipping the ball in there. I don't know if throwing a high pass makes the velocity of the ball travel faster or anything, but it's looking like he's Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes throw power, and he's literally just a better version of Peyton Manning.
TB12 method.
That looked kind of scary. I thought we would come out with a couple of injuries, but he's batted down. 2nd and 10. You're going to see a handoff to Leonard Fournette that doesn't go too far, about 3 yards.
I think if we're trying to just make this better manageable. I mean, 7 would consider that manageable, I guess. It's still on the longer side of things. We go back to the Trey wide flex.
It's a household favorite. Loved by all. As we're going to see a handoff to Leonard Fournette. That's probably going to go for 7. He almost gets stripped, but he's went 4th and 1. Are you going for it here?
I would, yes.
Yeah, because you're mud.
I just think that the Bucs defense, I mean, up 3 already. I wouldn't be too scared of anything. Obviously, you just gave up 2 back-to-back. Well, I guess technically 1. But yeah, I mean, you've been hot on defense all day. I wouldn't be really too scared of anything here on the other side of the field. Maybe if it was on the other 46, you might consider it. But.
As the Bucs are going to throw the ball to Mike Evans, and he was wide open. Ran to cover 6, and he had the flat, and Covers started 3-4.
Really playing the 6 there.
Yeah.
And the Bucs went forwards. So, got right behind him.
But that lands the Buccaneers in the red zone within striking distance. We're going to see a motion over. This is ideally a run inside. It's a trap. And that gets about 4 yards.
The Bucs look to bring the guy across and then kind of have the whole defense shift that way and then just run the ball the completely opposite way with the pulling guy. And it just messes up the defense every time.
As that play is going to end the quarter at 21-24. I mean, hey, let's say the Bucs don't score here. The Steelers get 6. My prediction was right, just for the wrong team to win.
You would have had him to score on the nose.
Yeah, but that's obviously not going to happen. At this point, I might even have the Bucs at 34 points to end the game.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think 10 minutes left. That's probably 2 drives the way these offenses play. Max. I think I'd probably agree 34. That's a good number. Makes sense. There's a possibility he goes with a field goal here.
Yeah. As it's only Pittsburgh players that are getting injured, I've come to notice. That's probably the 4th guys went down. Maybe they had some issues at practice. Maybe they went full pads and, warmed up a little bit too much. Because they're all going into the doctor on the sideline. As we're going to see Tom Brady in a gun-tight doubles, if I remember correctly. Goat formation, by the way. I recommend anyone uses that. They're going to hand the ball to Leonard Fournette, who's going to follow his guard, get the first down, and he's down at the 6-yard line.
The Bucs love those green guards. Seems to work. Fournette just follows him right through the hole every time, and anybody who even tries to grab him breaks back. Oh, baby.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Bucs have some very fast and very aware guards that they're just able to beat the running backs to the hole, which we don't see too often. I just want to see Fournette take the ball again. It's gonna end up in the end zone. Touchdown Buccaneers.
Oh, wow. He was stopped at like 2-yard line and he just did not stop fighting.
Now, think about it. Some of these Pittsburgh players might actually have a parlay on this game for Leonard Fournette for over 2 touchdowns. And it's got to be what's going on here. But, I mean, what are you doing here, man? Kenny Pickett hasn't been delivering. I mean, he's done things that he's been supposed to do. But still a pick.
Like I said, I mean, you don't have a whole lot of time here, especially both teams like to really run the clock down. So, I mean, it just depends on how much you trust Pickett. Because I personally would probably stick to the run, but like I said, you're down 2 scores, so you kind of have to start passing a little bit more. It's a weird situation.
Yeah, another play action. He's going to have Pickens wide open, but he has no time. The Bucs sacked 5 that play, and 3 ended up in the backfield almost as soon as Pickett turned around and delivered the ball.
That Bucs 7 is pretty tough.
Pickett drops back. He throws the drag to George Pickens, who's going to get about 9 yards. Well, he gets 10. Breaks it to 30 inches. All these heavy sets from both teams is really... It's been prospering well for the Buccaneers because of how well their run's been doing. But for the Steelers, I feel like that just limits their options as far as passing the ball goes. I mean, Pickens hasn't really been in the most formation to really set him up for success being the type of quarterback he is, I feel. Najee Harris is going to get the first down. Can he get some more? No. Gets stuck when it's tight end. He gets to get about 4. Once again, Pickett's going to step up in the pocket. He throws a laser to Pickens. Holy shit. That was a great throw in double coverage. And Pickens is able to hold on.
The pocket pretty nice there.
Ran right at his guard. Almost fell over throwing the ball. But Pickens is about...
I was actually weird. Kind of like ran up in the pocket.
Yeah, no, he sprinted up the pocket, yeah.
With that extra zip on it. It was accurate. So.
As the drag's wide open, he throws it to Pickens, who grabs it through his arm. We're going to get a 36 on a deep curl route. I'd be furious.
Usually the curl versus the press man isn't always the best option just because they're kind of just right up on your hip. But you like barely fit that in.
Back to bunch. Pickett drops back, has the guy. He throws a freeform high pass. It was almost a laser. Maybe if it wasn't a high pass, he would have got down.
Yeah.
But he absolutely destroyed the user. The user was in shambles. Yeah. Was nowhere near.
I actually think that was probably an easier catch for Michael Johnson than the one he had earlier in the game.
Previously, yeah. I can definitely agree with that. We haven't seen any back shoulder throws to Pickens. Maybe we see that in the red zone this time around from Pickett. Najee Harris is going to motion over to be a receiver. Nobody's open. He has all of his routes in one area. It was a very, very bad play calling. Motion IG over to put him on a slant that led him directly to his 2 hitches. I mean,
yes, yeah, you have 2 guys kind of sitting in the zone to bring the zone down, so you have your deep route. But I mean, you're on the 15-yard line, so that already doesn't make sense. Then you kind of send Najee right into the thick of things. It was just not good route combinations there.
Not at all, as he would have had this guy over the middle, but absolutely no time, even though they only rushed 3 defenders. The left tackle just got absolutely beat. But 3 here isn't the worst. You forced 2 fumbles, you've caught a pick 6. It's very easily could turn into a tight game very quickly. But Los, after this game, after the Super Bowl week, that is where that goes into the final re-sign stage or something in those lines, right? Advancing past this would be the re-sign stage or whatever.
That's the staff stage or whatever. Where you can, hire your coaches. I don't know how long it would be in there.
Staff week,
after
okay.
that would be the final re-sign.
Got that.
Just have to work on
Yeah, boys, don't expect to be in the next 2024 season until about a week from now. As Fournette still is getting 4 yards on that run, I don't know how.
Yeah, he's just kind of like a bowling ball. He just keeps on rolling forward.
Yeah. I mean, Fu and the Buccaneers haven't shown any exemplary talent outside of the talent of their roster. They've just been doing what they should. They haven't shown us anything crazy or anything spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, you have Mike Evans doing what Mike Evans does.
Yeah.
And Fournette, you could say Fournette's maybe slightly overperforming, but I mean, he's, top running back in the NFC. Obviously, you have Tom Brady. He's going to do Tom Brady things.
Oh, imagine if they still had
You
Gronk.
have the pick 6. Yeah, see, Gronk, I think, just makes his team.
But who needs Gronk when your tight ends were wide open anyways for about 30 yards?
Yep, that's the rookie Cade Arton.
Sent him on a streak and he was naked, that's for sure.
Yeah, you had the deep middle zone way off to the left. Not able to recover in time.
As we're not going to see any true clock from the Buccaneers. It's a loaded box from the Pittsburgh Steelers, though, hoping for something. Levi Wallace one-on-one with Mike Evans. He throws it to his tight end, who is shedding a tackle. He's on the 10. Oh, my God. He fights for 10 yards. What kind of steroids have the Bucs been given to fight for these yards? He was supposed to be down at the 20, but fought down to the 9.
Yeah, so like when you're up against that 2 tight end look, bringing the blitz, I know, at least for me, I'm looking at that tight end attack type of look. But I mean, when you have Chris Godwin and Mike Evans on the outside, like you have to kind of worry about them too. So it's just hard to blitz this team. Not to mention Brady gets the ball out very quickly.
Yeah, gunslinger should be banned. As Brady's locked in with his X Factor, but Leonard and his offensive line is not. Still only able to get 1 yard on that trap. I mean, right now, these next 4 minutes are going to last about 12 and a half because the Steelers are going to fight for this victory that they will not be able to obtain.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like just a few plays ago the Bucs just got the ball and now they're already on the 8, so.
Yeah.
It's just tough. I mean, you're already down 7 and they're about to score again. I mean, unless you get a red zone, like, complete stop, you can't even get filled with the 3 minutes, you get a whole lot of time. Like, it's not looking pretty. I still wouldn't blitz, as they seem to be doing that look here.
You gotta do something as Leonard Fournette's coming right at you up the middle. He already knows that Malchuk is cheating up, and it does matter as the edge is gonna get in. But once again, another injury from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Devin Bush is out of here. Whether that be temporarily or anything longer, we wait to see.
It's a young linebacker. I wouldn't say started just yet. He's still developing as a player, but
he's definitely a good piece.
He's shown flashes. Yeah, he's a good piece to defense. He's very fast. He's kind of a headhunter. He's a bit undersized, which I mean could be leading to for success here.
As we're going to see Cameron Hayward get involved finally. The tackle for a loss as the Buccaneers are forced to take a field goal. The Pittsburgh Steelers still have all 3 timeouts. They're going to be down 10. They have the 2-minute warning.
I think that was honestly the best look the Steelers have to stop the run is where they have the B line kind of spread out and the linebackers backed up, just straight up blitzing them. And it gives them that space, like I mentioned before.
Give them the whole somewhere.
Yeah, it's been honestly the best that they've done to stop the run. It's a good third down call. Now, you're down 10 with about 3 minutes. Oh, 2.5. I didn't realize you chewed that much off. Yeah, you got to get a touchdown here. I mean, you have all 3 timeouts, so stops could be made, but I mean, you kind of haven't stopped them all game other than the pick 6. So.
Yeah, no, a 4-down stop on the Buccaneers off of a kickoff, I don't think is happening, if I'm being quite honest. Unless it's a turnover, like you said. We're going to see potentially a man press look from the Buccaneers. Kenny Pickett drops back, throws the corner out, and this time it is completed as yet another Steeler goes down. This time it is the offensive lineman.
Yep, it's kind of looking like the Steelers are not used to this Arizona heat.
No.
Going down, cramping every which way.
Yeah, the Bucs are definitely used to it, as it's probably still 90 degrees in Tampa. Well, it is still 90 degrees in Tampa, even though November's right around the corner. But besides the point, we don't get anything cold over here. As Pickett drops back, he has a man. He misses his man over the middle. And he's got bruised ribs.
Injuries, and I mean, if there's any week to get the injuries, I guess it is this week, other than losing them for the game. But it's not looking too pretty. I will say they got to the 44 pretty quickly. They've only wasted about 11 seconds off the clock, I think.
Yeah, that is true. We're going to see a cover one hold from the Bucs, and somehow, while getting sacked, Kenny Pickett throws a completion.
Yeah, I think that's a case where the sack.
Gotta hurry it up. He has Deontay Johnson. I'm sorry. He had Najee Harris wide open against the linebacker, but went for the deep ball. Pickens and it's incomplete.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like he was trying to get the ball out early to get right before that 2-minute warning. Get one extra play. Which he was able to successfully do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like he was banking on it being an incompletion. As we see a speed dig, and that's pick. It's game. There's an interception to the linebacker. 10-point game.
Yeah, I don't.
Minute 55. What are your thoughts?
I don't blame him there because the linebackers are usually pretty bad at reacting to some of those plays. But I mean, it's Kevin White, probably the fastest linebacker in the league. He was able to make plays on that. I mean, yeah, this game's pretty much over at this point. Or just a few minutes when it kind of just run this out.
And funny enough, everything with them running it out and Pittsburgh knowing they're running the ball, they won't be able to stop Leonard.
They have one job, just can't get it done.
Yeah. Tom Brady's going to be able to go home to his divorce papers happy and look forward to winning another hard-fought battle against his wife. Probably his hardest opponent of the year. Except for Matt, of course.
Yeah, that was the only loss he could have had in the season.
But Matt did lose a DS, which kind of tough.
Now the Steelers finally want to start stopping the run, but it might just be a little too late.
It's absolutely way too late, as they're going to hand the ball to Leonard Fournette, who finds a gap. Cameron Hayward makes his second tackle of the game, this time assisted by whoever that was. And 4th and 1, the Buccaneers are punting the ball back. Smart decision, actually, now that I think about it. Rather than giving the Steelers the ball here and it being a lot easier for them to score.
Yeah. I think if you're up like 13, you might go for that play. Just to end it out. Force them to score 2 touchdowns if they have to. On the chance to just completely end it. But, I mean, you trust your defense. I don't really see anything too crazy happening here.
The receiver gets open, but Antoine Winfield Jr., the midget, gets the pick, seals the game, and it's all over. Congratulations to Fu and the Buccaneers for taking home the NFL's 57th Super Bowl championship. Tampa for sure is happy. Pittsburgh's probably happy they haven't made it this far. No one expected them to probably even win their division. And
good season for them.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts on this? Did you watch Tom Brady kneel it out for the 18th time in his career?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a big Tom Brady fan, so it kind of does feel weird trying to watch him win yet another one. But I mean, he was able to. I don't even know I'm not sure when he won his last Super Bowl. I hope he was able to get one last year. So it's been a little bit since he was able to get it. So good for him. That's for Ethan. I mean, it's a good season. You can't be mad at making consider a rookie quarterback and Kenny Pickett.
As we're going to see the Super Bowl ceremony absolutely skip the fuck out of the Pittsburgh coach absolutely ran the fuck home. He didn't want any business to do with that. And yeah, as quiet as it is, it's been a pleasure. I wish we could have seen, old man Brady raise a trophy one last time before he retires. But all we're going to see is his bozo ass coach talk to his players. But it's been Nug. It's been Los. Look out for the RZSL rewards. Feel free to shoot me a DM with any rewards or awards that you believe that should be in the voting before I put these out. Keeping nominations in mind. Don't forget the MVP user does not have to be the user who won the league. Just who you think the most valuable player is. Who's the most valuable to RZSL. And do not say MG. You are immediately getting blocked and disqualified from the award ceremony. But that's all for me. Expect that hopefully tonight. And anything more from you, Los?
Not really.
All right. Well, until next season, guys.